welcome to the Unscrewed Mind episode number 48. And we are talking about a topic that has been near and dear to me for many, many years. Something that has something that I have fought against in my own mind more than anything else in my life.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to be talking about me manifesting my goal weight of 265 pounds. And currently my weight today is 313 pounds. And I'm going to be taking you guys on the journey to 265 with me. And I'm going to be giving updates on a weekly basis on the podcast. And of course, I'm going to be giving out some shorts with information about things that I'm eating and the things that I am doing to help my progress along. And, one of the main things about this is every time that I have lost weight, gained weight in the past, it has been a mentality shift for me to lose weight or a mentality shift for me to gain weight. It's just that simple. I have read a countless amount of books. I have watched countless amounts of videos. I have been in the gym in and out of the gym for years and years and years. And so I'm not a person that can't exercise or doesn't like exercise. That's not a problem. It's more of getting into the mentality of that's who I am versus the mentality of that's not who I am, I guess is the best way to describe it. But, there's so many things that I enjoy. And, as growing up and throughout my life, I have gone out to eat to so many places. When I was growing up, we would go out to eat 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes we would go every day. And
What?
and I don't think that and I'm not talking about we didn't go to fast food restaurants. I don't like fast food restaurants. Matt knows I don't like fast food restaurants.
Right.
If I'm going to lunch, I'm going to somewhere where I want to eat. I'm not going to say, oh, let's go grab Chick-fil-A or let's go grab McDonald's or something like that. This is not a addiction to fast foods. This has been, I like to go out and go to a nice restaurant, have a great meal, have, if it's somewhere where you can get wine, I want to have the wine. I want a full experience. And it has been something that has always been with me throughout my life. And it's something that I enjoy. And so it's going to take me a shift from that, of course, because, other people that I know and have met, they go out to eat maybe once a month, couple times a month at a nice restaurant. And, I'm thinking, cause I'm out with them sometimes in these one or two, situations. And it's like, this is where I eat every day type situation. And it's funny because the manifestation actually is that I have gone from living at home, being able to go out to eat with my parents on any occasion, right? To I directly moved into the ability to have the funds to do that exact same thing throughout my life. So it's something that's built into me to be able to do. I love to cook. My wife loves to cook. And we center a lot of our life around, we're going out here, we're going out there because it's something to do. Even during 2020, when other people weren't going out to eat, we were still going out to eat. We live in an area that was not locked down very hard, and we were still able to go and do the things that we like to do. And so um, this is going to be a mind shift, and this is going to be a manifestation shift. And that's why I've seen a lot of different people out there that talk about law of attraction, manifestations, and I have not seen anyone do a transformation on body weight. And I want to do it with you guys. And I want to show you that it can happen, because this, I literally have everything else in my mind. I've gotten everything else, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've gotten the house that I want, got the dogs I want, I've got the family I want, got the cars I want. Um, there's I have the job that I want. I mean, in all honesty, it's everything that I've wanted throughout my life, I have received. And one thing that I have not done and I really want to do is getting into the kind of clothes that I want to wear. I love to dress nice. And, it's something that holds me back. And it's kind of like this podcast. I had a problem with doing the podcast at my old house because I didn't like my background. And
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't going to change the background at that house. I wasn't going to, because I knew I was moving to my new house.
Right.
So now we're at the end right now. The shift right now is going to be this. This is one of the last pieces of my goals. And I want to do it with everyone else, because at the end of this is going to be the biggest transformation for me that's happened in my life.
I'm ready. I'm
And
ready. I'm
so
excited. You sound
I'm
ready.
I'm excited about it. 313 pounds, point 0.5, I think, is what we're at today. Um, and I will do daily weigh-ins and keep track of it for you guys. And one thing is the way that I feel about the weight makes a big difference in how weight is perceived to other people too, right? So, is it important? To me, it is. So I don't have a choice but
Yeah.
to, you know, and then this topic to Matt is probably more important than it is to me. Is what's funny, because Matt has been eating
Uh-huh.
prepared meals.
Sure.
Like, he cooks his own meals
Mm-hmm.
for what? I mean, how long? How long have you been doing it?
Um, for like 10 years
Yeah,
I've been
meal
making lunches.
prepping.
Like I don't eat out very often. I would say the past 4 or 5 years, as my fitness journey has taken the turn that it's taken, that um, I've been really counting my calories, eating very specific things, gaining weight, losing weight in an effort to put on more muscle. I've been pretty strategic about it. So the interesting thing is that from your vantage point, from your perspective, none of that really matters, because really it comes down to mindset. It comes down to intention. It comes down to having your goals and kind of letting go of everything else. So I'm interested, because we're doing this and we're serious. What's what's your strategy? And these are some questions that I've written down. 50 pounds, it's not a lot of weight. I think you can do it easily. But I wonder, what's your strategy for losing the weight? What's the first thing that you're going to change, or what's the first thing you're going to do?
Oh, and if you're thinking from 313 to 265, 265 may not be enough for some people that are out there. They're thinking, oh, this guy should maybe lose down to 240, 235, whatever, which I may change the goal once I hit this goal. But I will say that I know what I've looked like in the past at 220.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm a little bit small.
You like
And
being the big guy.
right, right.
You like
So
being big.
right. I don't want to be tiny for sure. And so this is going to be a lot of um, work on lifting weights and exercising for me because the 265 can't be I really don't want to be physically smaller in the room than I am right now. Do you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want my shoulders to get smaller. That's not my goal. So um, it's going to be a body transformation more than it will be a weight loss, I guess, if that makes any kind of sense to you. But
Yeah. A
that,
recomposition.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if I could stay at 313 and just go straight muscle, I mean, it wouldn't bother me because I would go down, and I don't even know if I would go down in clothing size at that point, but probably somewhat,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Probably. You definitely look different. So, what do you think? What's different this time as opposed to the other times? Because we've known each other for a long time. You've done meal plans before, like you've done drops before. You've done like everything imaginable, and you've had some progress, and then it snaps back. So I just wonder, like, how is this time different?
Well, for me, I have checked a lot of boxes throughout my life, and I've done a lot of things, and I have not ever really focused on this from this from this perspective. Okay, so and what I mean by that is I really am doing this only for me because I have no outside force that is driving this change. Before, I would say that I cared more about how people looked and how people perceived that I looked, and now, in the last few years, I care less about how other people look and care more about just how I look. I've always cared about how I look, but I'm saying I only care about how I look because of how I care about how I look, not because of how I think the perception of other people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, can I just say this though? Like you're a big guy, but I like it from the outside. It's never appeared like it bothered you. You know what I mean? Like you never acted like it was an issue. I mean, you've never dressed to cover it up. You've always been dressed to the nines. Shirt tucked in, all that kind of stuff. You've always been clean,
Mhm.
just a clean big guy. And and you've always been really confident. So I'm excited for you to like look the way you've always looked in your head. If you could sculpt it, I'm excited for you to look like
Listen
that.
to you. Look ahead. Oh, I look good. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I think I look good right now. So I'm confident in myself and always have been. Can I look better? Of course. Anybody can look better if they focus on it. And at the same time, I mean, my parents are not big people. I don't view them as like overweight people in any way. My dad's a little bit on the bigger side, just bigger guy, but I don't think that he's necessarily overweight a lot. And then my mom is not overweight in any way whatsoever. She's thin, and so that's the thing, though, is we literally went out to eat all of those times, and it's just been part of my life. I mean, if you were going to ask me what the biggest struggle of this would be, it would be that I will be removing something that I'm so used to from my programming.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you think that you went out to eat in the last year?
Um, maybe 75 times.
75 times. So I would be willing to bet you that it would be at least 9 out of 10 weekends
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going out to eat, actually to somewhere,
Right.
and guaranteed that I got a, takeout on that 10. So 10 out of 10, I've eaten something out
Yeah.
on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it wasn't a 2021 year, during the week, I would get 3 to 4 meals out, but I was probably two meals out during the week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that was slower, but we'll say four to five is a normal for me going out to eat,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
never a fast food restaurant mixed in there because I don't like fast food.
That's crazy. So we're done eating out
No, I'm not going to
as
be
part
done
of this?
eating out. No, I'm not going to be done eating out. I'm just going to be choosing places. Fortunately, I live somewhere. I live in Georgia. I live north of Georgia. So there's tons of restaurants you can choose from. You know, gluten-free places and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to change it. Today we went out to Whole Foods, and I just got a salad and a couple of smoked wings, nothing large. I didn't go to a Mexican restaurant and eat 5 baskets of chips or anything like that. And just not the normal. I'm not going to be drinking Coke. I'm not going to be drinking any kind of anything but water and coffee. And for the most part, that's what I drink mainly now, just because I really don't like it that much because it
Mm-hmm.
fills you up so much. But when you go out, it's kind of like you're at the table. The water normally tastes bad at the restaurants. You know what I mean? Unless you're at a nice restaurant that has the filtration system and all that kind of stuff. So you're kind of like, oh, I'll just get a Coke instead of the pond water, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm. So,
uh,
so this is interesting to me. I have all these like hard, fast rules about what it takes to gain weight or lose weight.
oh yeah,
So I have these limitations that I set up. Um, I have certain things that I have to do for it to
hmm.
work. You don't necessarily abide by those rules or live in that world. So I'm
So
curious,
I'm.
is
Hold
there
on.
is
Yeah,
there
go ahead. Yeah,
anything you think is an absolute requirement for you or for anyone to lose weight, and will you be employing whatever that requirement is? Like, is there something you're absolutely going to be doing to make this work?
I think I'm going to share what I'm doing throughout this thing. I'm going to be sharing recipes that I'm going to be cooking because Matt is able to eat chicken and rice every single day forever,
Yes,
and I'm not going to do it. I
love it.
have no interest in that. That is not
Hmm.
exciting to me.
Yeah,
Food is, there's so many people that are out there that are overweight that it's just the food that they're eating that is horrible for them, but they're never getting actually nutritious food. And you can easily have nutritious food that is good for you that tastes good at the same time. You don't have to only eat chicken and rice. Now, if I'm trying to go for
it's
like a
good though.
competition bodybuilder or something like that, you might have
Uh-huh.
to do chicken and rice at the, in those final phases or whatever, getting down to your timeline. So, could we end up on chicken and rice at certain points? Of course. But I'm just saying, I'm going to be finding recipes, sharing those recipes that are good, showing the calories that are in them. And fortunately, I'm going to have somebody that helps me cook all those recipes because my wife
Lindsay?
is yeah.
Yeah.
So my wife is an excellent cook, and so that's a problem too. But it's also awesome in this situation. But
Hmm.
anyway, we're
You
going to
know,
have a lot of. Go
food
ahead.
TikToks, food TikToks are a big deal right now. So
Yeah.
that I
So
mean, you could do some awesome, nutritious food TikTok recipes, and I mean, it'd be good. It's gonna be good.
yeah, I mean, anybody that has started working out and from not working out, anybody knows that when you work out, you feel better. Your energy changes when you work out. You're extinguishing, whatever, tense or anxiety that's in you when you lift weights or you get on the treadmill or jujitsu. You're doing these things, go for a hike, walk, whatever it is, you feel better after you do it. There's no discussion around that. Anybody that doesn't believe that, prescribe to that, is just wrong. There's no
Right.
question.
Right.
So I I have Matt, I've done Orange Theory. I've done the jujitsu for a year now. And
You've
what
had
else? I
like
mean, I do
trainers, like
gyms.
you've had
I've been a
personal
member.
trainers that you had
Yeah.
to pick up and drive
Oh yeah.
because
Yes.
they were
Yes.
it were
Yes.
recently incarcerated and didn't have a driver's license.
Yes. Yes.
Like
And yeah, and
funny.
I understand everything. I mean, I'm telling you, researched it beyond belief. It has nothing to do with that. That's why I think it's so good for us to do this on this channel, because even though I know exactly what to do, I did not want to give up part of my programming, which was going out to eat all the time.
Hmm.
That is, and you know what? It's the only way that it can be, because that's the way that I think about it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but it's just funny because other people, like literally, I thought everybody went out to eat all the time.
No.
You know what I
No.
mean?
I would say growing up, we rarely ate out. I mean, it was probably once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Period. Like eating leftovers out of the fridge for an extended period of time. We had lots of food, but mom would cook lots of food in bulk, and she'd always say it's better the next day, and that's the kind of stuff that she would cook. It'd be stuff that you could warm up and eat the next day. And
Okay.
um,
Hold. This is great. So my mom, just to give you a difference between
uh
this,
huh.
my mom, if we're having anything with hamburger meat in it, chicken, etc., she's going to the grocery store today to pick it up. Nothing frozen. We never ate any frozen meals. Everything is fresh cooked. Nothing frozen.
What?
Nothing frozen.
Never a TV dinner.
Zero. I
You've
mean,
never.
yeah, I mean, like maybe, a handful of times. Because, man, think about this. If you were used to eating fresh food every meal, right?
Uh huh.
You're
Uh huh.
eating fresh ingredient meals every single meal. How good do you think a TV dinner tastes to somebody that's had that versus somebody that's eaten leftovers and things like that throughout their life? I mean, I'm just saying in
Yeah.
general.
Your
You know what I'm
palate is
saying?
spoiled. Your palate is spoiled.
I,
It
that's the
absolutely is.
problem. That is the
Yeah.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
So during this, that's why I think this is going to be great. Is I will, if I cook something and it tastes no good, I'm throwing it out. There's no question. So it's not going to be I'm going to suffer through this. It's going to be I'll eat one of the other meals that I have. I mean, when I've done the meal prepping, I cook the food and I immediately put it in the freezer. No time is wasted whatsoever. It's still hot going in the freezer, and then I will warm it up the next day. It does bother me that I won't warm it up in the microwave, but I won't get into that. But anyway, just the whole point is, and if my mom is watching this, she's going to be like, "No, we did eat TV dinners a couple of times. Not enough. Not
No.
not enough
No.
to register is what I'm saying. Okay. uh, you know, maybe a couple of maybe there was a couple of meals that we would get from like some chicken from Sam's or something that was frozen, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking the majority of the time.
Yeah.
So forgive me, Mom. It's not a bad thing, so don't get
It's
confused.
Here's the thing. It's okay to grow up with a silver spoon in your
Oh
mouth.
yeah.
It's fine.
Well, is
There's
it?
nothing wrong with it. You shouldn't be embarrassed about it. God
You
bless you
know,
for being able to eat out every night as a child. I mean,
You
what
know,
kid wouldn't want to live that way?
the thing is I just hate seeing Matt's paradigm. Does everybody that's watching the Kit channel hate to see it talking about
What's
me with a silver spoon in my mouth?
what's with the paradigm? I'm just saying.
I
You were
mean,
you led a
the
fortunate
paradigm.
life as a child. It's
Okay,
okay.
okay.
And you still
Well,
lead a fortunate one.
but it's a manifestation. I'm just messing with you. But I'm super excited about this. It's something that I've wanted to do. Honestly, it's been worth it not to lose the weight just so I could do it on this channel.
Here's what I need you to promise me that you'll do though.
Yeah.
We don't have to share them on social media
Picture,
yet.
pictures,
We
pictures,
need
pictures.
pictures. Pictures with
Just
clothes, pictures without clothes.
right, right.
They're for us for later
Okay.
because you're gonna want them.
Right.
Don't mess up. Don't mess up.
Right, right, right. So the thing is I want to, of course, post the food. We can put the food on our website as well, correct? The things that I'm making. I'm super excited about it. Definitely want to share um, different recipes with you guys. And, there's just, it's all about the things that I've done throughout my life. I love to go hiking. I love to exercise. I love all of those things. I've got juicers, I've got blenders, I've got smoothie makers. I
You've
mean,
got
you
air
name it,
fryers.
I've
It's
got
good.
it.
Doesn't matter.
Anything that is health related, I've got two of them probably. And
And
so, yeah.
you do not have an aversion to spending money to get what you need to get things done.
Uh,
That's the like the magical part is that we're gonna have so many toys along this journey, you know, like
oh yeah, sharing.
spare,
Yeah.
no expense will be spared. That's the best
Yes.
part.
Well, the
That's the
funny
best part.
thing too is how much money will I could probably go buy gym equipment on a daily basis and save money from all the restaurants that I've eaten out at because
Amen.
yeah. So
Amen.
I don't. I'm not going to say that this is going to save money in any way whatsoever because I'm assuming it won't.
No.
So I'm excited about it, and I really do wholeheartedly believe that this is something that is a manifestation. I do believe that this is going to come to me, through me, and everything about what we talk about. Um, and it's been one of my goals on my list, and I want to put it out there for me. And that's the most exciting part about it.
Let's go get it. The Unscrewed Mind.